We created a show and I thought it would blow up. I pitched it to networks and nobody showed up. They said it lacked a quality that guaranteed longevity. It had no celebrities. How's it going, guys? Welcome to episode 25 of No Star Power. I took a week off of the podcast. I'm sorry about that. Maybe it was 2 weeks off. Can't quite remember. But I'm back. And, man, I sing the song that I started the podcast with. I don't sing the song very often, but I sing it again. Because the irony has come full circle. The show that this podcast's name is based on did get picked up. Now, it's not the end of the road, okay? I'm not saying this is the big, like the big, this is it. This is it, man. Now I explode. There's still a lot to be done, okay? And we're still paving the path. We're still moving forward. And you guys are on the journey. If you're listening to this, you're on the journey with me. And I thank you, kind warrior. And wow, we're having a fun time. And it's just a good old landmark for me. You know, it's a nice thing. For those of you who don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, Anxiety Boys, this web series I created, got picked up by Roku. It got licensed, and in the business that means that they want what already exists. So if something is licensed, that means that they are just taking what already has been shot and they're just saying, can we just put it on our platform? And an exclusive licensing agreement says you can't also have it anywhere else. It's only for us now. But this is an unexclusive or whatever, inexclusive, whatever you call it. Non-exclusive, that's it, licensing agreement, which means that Anxiety Boys can exist on Haunted Wi-Fi, the YouTube channel, which is where it currently is now, and it will continue to be, at least for the time being. So you can watch it there, but you could also watch it on Roku, which is just a win-win for us, because it's like, yeah, sure, yeah, put it on all your TVs. That'd be amazing. Put it on the little box. And they're the kindest people, and I wanted to thank them. I know they're not listening to this, but maybe one day they do, and I want to just say thank you for believing in the project. It's a very small time thing. Cost me $5,000 to make it out of my own pocket. And yeah, wow, that's just a really satisfying thing to have that go full circle and come back around and be something I can show the world. So anyway, that's that. And other than that, I'm just hanging, man. I got my new job. It's been a while since I've talked to you guys. I got a job now at another YouTube channel where I present top 10s. It's fun. It's I get to practice on a teleprompter. I get to practice writing and performing under duress, which is a really, really good practice for me. And I just like doing it, and I know that every day I learn some new stuff there. So remember, if you're trying to do what I'm trying to do with my life, or anything really, I don't know, it's probably applicable elsewhere, but if you're trying this, sometimes you just gotta don't if you have some success or you really believe in what you're doing, that's great. Just don't let it get so far to the point where you're like, I've made it. Or like, I'm so like, this is my legacy. Like, I'm just going to continue doing this because I got like this thing going on that's like kind of working. Even if you got like a successful channel or like TikTok or something like that, there's always a chance that there's always a point maybe where you kind of go, well, maybe I need to try something else, or I'm getting bored of it, or it's not bringing in the money, or this thing got demonetized, or whatever the hell. And sometimes you got to just kind of go back to the drawing board. So, I've never gotten to a point where I, on paper, have been wildly successful. I know this, but I will admit that my perspective has once in a while, it's veered towards, I don't need, this is my, I'm good. I'm doing well at this. Fuck, I'm above a bunch of, like I'm only going to do stuff if it's like underground weird comedy. Like, fuck that. If I'm going to go into, I'm not going to sell out on TikTok or something like that. You know what I mean? And now here I am posting in like as much as I can on TikTok. I'm making stuff for TikTok instead of YouTube now, and kind of like mix and matching, using it for both. And then I got a channel going, what's up, guys? The top 10. it's like fucking a year ago. I was like doing shit only on fisheye lenses and only in crazy characters and only in the context of like this punk rock kind of like punk comedy, fuck you kind of thing. And now, and like less than a year later, here I am like, here are the top 10 times Superman was completely embarrassed by his villains, guys. Take a look, guys. This is the top 10 times that Superman kind of freaked up. And then when I'm done work, I come home and I go, hi, yo, TikTok. Shawty's like a melody in my head. Doing the dances, could you imagine? No, I didn't sell it that much. But anyway, that's a little lesson for you. All right, should we do a Would You Rather? Because the last podcast did weirdly well. And I think it hit a lick on the algorithm. But I like to think it's because it was a fun episode. So why don't we just do that again? Because I think it's a lot of fun. Okay. Here we go. I just want to read it. I want to get a good one for you here. Would you dead air? Would you rather? Okay. Would you rather have a 1-minute conversation with your future self or your past self? Okay, and I am, once again, if you didn't listen to the last one or if you forgot, I'm so serious when it comes to these Would You Rathers. We're not fucking around. So 1 minute from the past or 1 minute from the future. We are so serious about what this would be. Like, the 1 minute conversation, it's not like your past self has gotten this is how I'm playing the game. It's not like your past self has gotten like a rundown on what's going on. You know what I mean? So when you talk to them, it's not like they even know what's going on. Like, you know what I mean? And you only have a minute. So imagine that. And same with your future self, right? It'd be like, whoa, oh. And I don't think it would affect the space-time continuum in that way where it's like, I don't think it would like change the fucking future if you go to your past and you're like, now in the present, you're like this messed up version of yourself because you've seen your future self a year ago. And let me just be clear on what it is. What is it? 1 minute conversation with your past self. So past self, so it's like any amount of time back. So I guess you get to choose. Okay, so in a way, you could go, okay, I want past self, but I want to talk to like my child self, right? Because then you can basically bypass the whole wait, like that part where you go, no, like don't freak out, because if you come to like a little kid and be like, hi there, like, they're probably gonna go like, oh, your future me, that's pretty cool, thanks, what you want to talk about? Like, they won't really like fucking think about it. They'll be like, yeah, that's a given, I have magic spells anyway, so that's pretty exact, right on point basically. And then but future self, you can go, you're kind of fucked. Every time you're going to have to go up to them and be like, listen, I know. And they're like, oh my God, it's me. Oh my God, I remember when I had that hair. And I remember, oh my God. And what if they just like go catatonic and they just go, oh my God, the world, magic is real, magic. And you're like, can I talk to you, please? Magic is, oh my God. And then they just like are insane and they're just sitting there silently now. And they're like, and you're like, please listen, hold on, we have 30 seconds, can I talk to you? And you're like, I'm like gargling and shit. Like, you could fuck them up so bad with an existential like realization that it fucks your whole plan up. Your whole minute long conversation is just them having a fucking breakdown. Oh no. I'm so serious with these Would You Rathers. Okay, I'm literally asking you. I'm gonna have an answer. Okay, I kind of have an answer in my head already. What would you do? Okay, put it in the comments right now. Which one would really think with me? I will take a second with you, and we're going to decide. We're going to work through this together because the stakes are fucking so high, dude. Past self. The kind of questions. Now that we've gotten past the whole realistic, like it would be a fucking serious thing, what would the conversation be like? Personally, I probably talk to my past self and be like, hey, listen, bro, like I'd say some heavy shit, like I just like prepare them for the future. I'd just be like, hey, enjoy the present. Although that might be counterintuitive because it would be like, just try and forget that future you came back and talked and like fucked you up. Just try. It would be like counterproductive, I feel like, because then they'd be like, how do I live in the present when I know that this being approached me? Now I can't ever let that go. So it kind of fucks it. That's part of why I'm thinking future. Because then you can go to the future you and they can kind of just like, maybe if you go to really old version of you, then you can give yourself in your old, your old, like you're lying on almost your deathbed or something. Like you can give them something to chew on. That'll kind of make the death easy, like transition into the other world a bit easier. Something like that, you know what I mean? But then again, it's a little less effective because what kind of advice do you have? You can kind of give them like in the future, you can kind of be like, hey, remember how I was, remember how things were. You did great. You look like you're doing well, unless you go in the future and you're fucking big and fat and sad and like come to the door looking through the slats like, hello, who's there? And you're like, oh, Jesus, we have 1 minute. I need to talk to you about your extended warranty. You'd have to cover it up, right? You'd have to pretend it's some other shit. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Point is, balancing it, I think there's a lot more benefit to going back in time. I think there's more benefit to going back and talking to your old self and kind of helping work through some things to make their life a little easier in the earlier days when it matters most. However, going back and fucking them up with that concept, which that's literally a factor. I'm not letting that go. That is a big factor here because you are going back and you're appearing and you're going, hey, we're supposed to have a conversation. I'm your future self. Try and sleep at night after this and then take in what I'm going to tell you. Right? However, here's the thing. Remember, I laid a ground rule, which I think is fair, which is that it doesn't affect current you. So even if you fuck up this past self, it doesn't really matter that much because here's the thing. You can take benefit out of it instead, like present you. You can be like, I'm going to learn from my future self, or I'm going to learn from my past self and just kind of remind myself where I was at and what my what my priorities were. Maybe that'll help me understand the present. And then you can just dip out. If you can get that information, that's probably the best bet because you're not really going to help them on either end. They're just going to be tripped out by whatever's going on. It's mostly for you. In which case, maybe future me, right? Because then you can ask a few questions. How did things turn out? You can get all that hindsight. You could get so much comfort if you're like, oh, did that thing work out that I'm working towards? And if they go, nah, dude, like it fucking crashes and burns, but you learn to get over it and you learn that wasn't ever really important. And then you can go, oh, amazing. Like you'll have like a few weeks of like, oh my God, no, like maybe even longer. Like it might be kind of devastating. But at least you're like, I know what's going to go down. I could kind of just like, that is probably like a remedy to sadness and like existential anxiety, Future. I'd go to future self, have a 1 minute convo. It might blow his mind, but I'd be able to go for it and just be like, listen, dude, whoa, get off the furniture. Hey, put that knife down. I'm supposed to be here to, why did you stab me? I'm going to have a conversation with you. Dude, because like literally anything could happen. I'm going to say I would attempt the future 1 minute conversation and hope I don't get fucking attacked by my future self. Protecting his wife and kids. Stay back, honey. Stay back. Stay the fuck back. I don't know who this is. He came through a fucking portal. I'm supposed to have a minute conversation. Oh, punch me in the nose. Yeah, you get out of my house. How the fuck did you get in through a portal, you piece of shit? Everybody's like fucking speaking Chinese. I'm not going to do the impression because I'll get canceled. But that would be funny if I just could do the impression. I wish I could just do the joke impression if it didn't offend thousands of people. All those thousands of people listening to this. God damn it. Yeah, like that's what happens. Like China takes over is the joke. Anyway, okay, let's move on to another one. We'll do one more. Oh. Ew, these are so gross, dude. We're not going to do this one, but would you rather have a 10-inch long belly button that swayed to music or accordions for legs? Why does it sway to music? That's just, they're drunk as fuck writing these. Okay, this is a good one. Oh, should I just save this for next episode? No, I'm going to do it. Okay. Would you rather be constantly itchy? Or constantly sticky? Would you rather be constantly itchy? Constantly sticky. Crystal, yeah. Man, that's a tough one. Because both of those suck so bad. That's kind of like the burping and sneezing one. Because it's like a perpetual state of discomfort. So it's like itchy or sticky. Man, that's a tough one. Oh, I wouldn't know. I probably sticky, right? Because it's just like itchy. That would be too much, man. Like I would go insane in a week. I would be crying by the end of the day, and I would be absolutely out of my mind in a week. Like it would ruin, both would probably, no, you know what? Itchy would ruin my fucking life. And sticky might not ruin my life. It might be the case that I just kind of get over it, you know? Or I'm just like, yeah, I'm always sticky. I mean, the people I'm with, it'll really affect that. At least I can maybe like pull it off and be like, I'm Spider-Man. Like I have Spider-Man's powers. I'm constantly sticky. It's like definitely not enough sticky. I'm not going to say this is in this Would You Rather. It's enough sticky to actually be like Spider-Man and stick to walls. But you can maybe get away with it in that way where it's like, it's not like a soda pop sticky. It's not like that kind of sticky. It's just like a stick. It's just, there's this curse, man. Like I just chose this Would You Rather when I was a kid. There's this witch who cursed me. They're like, what the fuck, dude? Everyone would bail. Like nobody would be your friend. They'd be like, what are you talking about? Just fucking wash your hands. It's gross. And you'd just be like, I do. And like only one weird ass motherfucker would believe you. And they'd be like, I'll stick around you. I'm your friend forever. I'm like, oh, you fucking... What Would You Rather did you get? I didn't get one Would You Rather. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. What did you give up for that voice? You're my friend? You're my one friend? I oughta. Ah, damn it. Ah, ha, 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 ha. That was funny. You would put your sticky hand on my chin and then you stripped it off. And you took a bunch of my beard with you. Yeah, now I'm not going to get this fucking gross beard hair off. You're my only friend. Yeah? Thank you. You're welcome. I'm always sticky. I know that, but I know it's a curse. Yeah, you believe me, don't you? You believe me. Yeah, but you're starting to weird me out. I'm thinking of abandoning you now. Wait, no. Yeah, see you later. I'm abandoning you. Why'd your voice change? It went from dumb to little kid. Yeah, dude, I could not do itchy because itchy, depending on where it is, like you know when you got like an itch, you know what the worst kind of itch is? Now that I'm thinking about it, top of your foot when you have shoes on. Oh, nothing worse than that. I promise, dude, nothing worse than that. Like when you're sitting, I was at the movie theater the other day alone, and I was sitting there and I just felt like an itchy scratch, like a scratchy little tickle on the top of my foot. And it was one of those things where I was like trying to get it with my heel, like my other heel, and I couldn't. You know what I mean? Because it was just like pushing. It wasn't creating any friction because my boot was really tight. So it was just scraping on. It was like pushing down and making a bruise. And then it was like not going away. Like it was obviously not a surface tickle. It was like a blood circulation itch where it was like something like a vessel was like twisted or some shit. It was like one of those. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? When those vessels get twisted. I get a lot of those in my head. I get a lot of vessels twisted up in my fucking behind my eyes. I feel it. You know what I mean? Isn't that relatable? Anyway, that's the show, guys. I literally just had a fucking stroke. Woo! Just got a text from my dad. Okay. I'm at work. Anyway, fucking hell, that's the worst kind of itch. And I couldn't imagine getting an itch like that forever. Like, even if it was like, but that's the thing. It would be that itch. It would be that type of itch because it's that unitchable itch. I got an itch just now thinking about it. Oh, thank God I could scratch it. Could you imagine if I took that Would You Rather and I couldn't scratch that itch? Fuck. My tummy's going crazy, dude, because I haven't had dinner yet. But yeah, that's my choice. What would you do? So we have 2 Would You Rathers. Just give me a 1 dot, and then give me what your answer for 1, and then a 2 dot and the answer for 2. I'll know what you're talking about. It's future self or past self, 1 minute conversation, or itchy or scratchy for the rest of your life. Sorry, itchy or sticky for the rest of your life. Itchy or sticky? Itchy or sticky? Which one? All right, and that's how I'm going to pose the question every time I allude to it. In that fucking voice. So, God, is there anything more I can cover with the itchy? Like, really, that's just it. I guess, okay, your reaction, like other people's reactions, like you just, like, you just be like after a while, would you just stop itching? Would you just be in like a perpetual state? Like you'd be in a hospital bed at a certain point. You'd just be in the hospital, like unconscious with tubes in you and shit. Like I swear to God, it would have to get that bad. There would have to be a point where you're like, I just need to fucking be sedated. Like you get so stressed, you'd probably die of like a heart attack first. That's how, I mean, maybe some people can like zen their way out of like itchiness, but I can't. And stickiness does suck, but at least you can just be like, you just get used to like that kind of just becomes your shit. And like, yeah, that's way worse for other people, definitely. So you'd probably go crazy from like the isolation from everybody being like, just don't come. We don't believe your babble about the fucking witch. Whereas the itch thing, you could probably keep it to yourself. You could just like never have to tell anyone the magic thing, but just be like, I have a disorder. But the sticky thing, you'd be like, yeah, right. Disorder my ass. Go fucking have a shower. Oh, and if you're always sticky in the shower, when you have like tree sap on you. You ever gotten that? Where it's like a tree sap and it's like what's it called? Fucking waterphobic. What's water? Aerophobic? No, that's air. Shit. Aquaphobic or whatever the fuck it is. Where it's like something that like you can just tell like the water's just dripping right over it. It's not like your only hope is like scratching it with steel wool and like really hardcore soap. It would be like that, but everywhere, right? Because you're always sticky. You're not washing it off even for a second. Or maybe they give it to you that you're not sticky when you're wet. Like it actually just like when you're wet, maybe it just kind of, no, but that would be cheating. You're always sticky. Anyway, dude, that's the fucking question for the day. Those are the 2. That's it, guys. I'm going to keep these things nice and short. I mean, was this short? Not really. I had a fun time. I'm going to do these as much as I can with my new job. I'm trying to keep up with the posts. I'm on my TikTok now, which will all be in this description. Watch Anxiety Boys if you want. Celebrate with me with the win with Roku. If you've already seen it, hey, get yourself some popcorn and watch it again. Smoke a joint. Pick your favorite episode. I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate everybody who listens to this podcast. We've been going since day one. No star power. Turns out maybe we should call it star power now. No, that would be so arrogant and annoying. I'm just going to keep it no star power because I like the name. Hey, thanks so much for listening if you're on Apple Music or Spotify. And as always, stay star powery. Stay star powered. No, I'm never going to do that. Don't worry. All right, guys. Love you. Subscribe if you haven't. And let me know which would you rathers. I'm fucking serious. Put them in the comments. And why? Big paragraphs. I will answer you. I promise I will answer you. Fucking put it in the description. Big paragraphs. All right. Love you.